Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This week in Karachi, the National Conference of Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Pakistan, SOGP, was held with great success. The conference brought together gynecologists, researchers, and medical professionals from across the country. The event was graced by the President of the College of Physicians and Surgeons Pakistan, Professor Muhammad Shafi, as chief guest, and Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal as guest of honor. Accompanying them were Professor Aisha Siddiqa, President-elect SOGP and Cpsp Counselor, Professor Azizun Nisa Abbasi, President SOGP, and Professor Tazeen Abbas, General Secretary SOGP. The conference was also attended by the Cpsp Councillors Professor Muhammad Tayyab, Professor Amreen Afzal, and Professor Abrar Ashraf Ali. Various chapter vice president and executive members also participated. In her welcome address, Professor Azizun Nisa Abbasi welcomed all guests and highlighted the annual achievements of SOGP, including numerous workshops, training sessions, and awareness programs conducted nationwide. President-elect SOGP Professor Aisha Siddiqa thanked the President Cpsp and Senior Vice President Cpsp, emphasizing their support in the mission to improve maternal and child health in Pakistan. A video highlighting SOGP's nationwide training programs and workshops was presented and well received by the audience. Speakers delivered a comprehensive presentation on women's rights and contraception, stressing the need for equal access to reproductive health and decision-making for women. Professor Khalid Masood Gondal congratulated the leadership of SOGP, particularly Professor Azizun Nisa Abbasi, Professor Aisha Siddiqa, and Professor Tazeen Abbas. He appreciated the strong representation of women from institutions such as Fatma Jinnah Medical University. Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, in his closing remarks, congratulated the entire SOGP team for organizing a successful and impactful event. Professor Muhammad Shafi praised the contributions of SOGP and acknowledged the pivotal role of gynecologists in Pakistan. He highlighted Cpsp growing influence at both national and international levels, the development of subspecialties, and the increasing number of OB/GYN fellows. The ceremony concluded with the presentation of honorary shields to office bearers, senior gynecologists Professor Muhammad Shafi and Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, followed by a memorable group photo. While the SOGP conference was underway, a parallel session was held at a local hotel under the Pakistan Society of Internal Medicine, organized by the President Professor Javed Akram, Professor Aftab Mohsin, and Dr. Somia Iqtidar. The title of session was Society of Novel and Rare Diseases of Pakistan. The session was chaired by Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, accompanied by Professor Eas Muhammad and Professor Kirmani. The physicians from all over the country participated in PSIM. Professor Gondal emphasized the importance of addressing rare diseases and announced that Cpsp plans to launch a fellowship program in this area. Professor Shala Javed Akram unveiled the official website for the Pakistan Society for Novel and Rare Diseases. The session concluded with the distribution of shields and a group photo. On the second day of SOGP conference, Professor Khalid Masood Gondal delivered a keynote talk on challenges in postgraduate medical education, particularly in obstetrics and gynecology, and Cpsp strategies to cope up with these challenges. He was accompanied by Vice President Professor Abbas Memon, Treasurer Cpsp Professor Muhammad Masroor. He shared detailed statistics regarding the large number of postgraduate trainees, accredited supervisors, and the structured growth of subspecialties within Cpsp. He also highlighted the national and international collaborations of Cpsp, including the Council's recent visit to 4 Royal Colleges, especially the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Ex-Vice Chancellor, Dow Medical University, ex-President PMDC, Professor Masood Hamid, chaired the session. He appreciated Cpsp national and international collaboration and asked for standing ovation, he said at this moment.
बहुत मुबारकबाद देता हूँ और आपसे दरख्वास्त करता हूँ कि सर के लिए स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन दीजिए। खड़े होइए प्लीज़ और तालियां बजाइए कि जो काम ये हुआ है इस अरसे में वो उसकी कोई मिसाल नहीं मिलती बड़ी से बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर। सर हैट्स ऑफ टू यू।
He also recommended recertification and revalidation to further strengthen the quality and standard of higher medical education. The session concluded with the shield distribution and group photo. CPSP President and Senior Vice President visited the examination department where they were briefed on the ongoing ophthalmology exams. The President of CPSP, along with the Senior Vice President and Council members, visited the workshop being conducted at Directorate of Medical Education. During their visit, they interacted with the participants of the Communication Skills Workshop and fellows attending the Assessment of Competence Workshop and appreciated the department led by Professor Amir Zaman Khan and Dr. Sahar Abbasi. An important meeting of ASD directors on ATLS was held at CPSP Karachi, chaired by the present CPSP Professor Muhammad Sogp, Senior Vice President, CPSP Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, and Professor Mahmood Ayaz, Director General National Residency Program, Director Advanced Skills Department, Professor Abrar Ashraf Ali, also graced the meeting. Professor Rufina Somro, Deputy Director South, Professor Kamran Khalid Khwaja, Deputy Director Central, and Professor Tanveer Khalik, Deputy Director North, connected through video connectivity. The meeting reviewed the status of ATLS courses, instructor training, and plans for future strategies. Later, the President CPSP Professor Muhammad Shafi and Senior Vice President Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, along with the CPSP Council, inaugurated the construction for extension of the guest houses of faculty mess. The construction engineers provided a short briefing and a special prayer was offered for the continued development of the college. In the closing session, External Ophthalmology Examiner of Bangladesh College of Physician Surgeons, Professor Shah Muhammad Bulbul Islam, appreciated CPSP's examination standards and transparency. He said,
Dr. Shah Muhammad Bulbul Islam, a professor of ophthalmology from Bangladesh. And it's shukr alhamdulillah. Okay, this is my third time in Karachi. Before I had come for these conferences, joint conferences, and this time as an examiner. And what I felt, I have already discussed with our convener, that the students in standard is quite good.
And then Pakistan, Bangladesh, Zindabad.
I tell you one more thing. I am the vice president of Pakistan Bangladesh Friendship Society in Dhaka. So there is another avenue it is opened. I had a meeting last night.
Yeah, good.
The partners over here. So things will be, inshallah, improving.
Region Director Saudi Arabia Professor Tazim Hussain, External Examiner Medicine, commended CPSP global reputation and rigorous academic systems. He said,
I am Dr. Tazim Hussain. I belong to Saudi Arabia and I visited CPSP. Fortunately, I am the fellow of the CPSP. I have FCPS and I participated as an examiner in Islamabad Center and Lahore Center in medicine, and I feel that the standard and the quality of the examination is according to the international standards. And I thank to Professor Sogp, President, CPSP, Professor Khalid Masood Gondal, Senior Vice President, whole of the council for their hospitality. And in the meantime, I will just tell you that FCPS is recognized in Saudi Arabia for the post of consultant. From the start, it is recruited as an associate consultant, and after our specified experience and requirement of the Saudi Commission, our fellow can be a consultant. And there is a bright future of CPSP and FCPS in Gulf, Saudi Arabia, and internationally, because there are various programs going on in UK and Ireland. Because of the efforts of the council and the presidents and the senior vice president and the vice president of the CPSP. I again thanks whole of the council, all the administrations. The administration is very cooperative and there is a lot of nice people working here. Proud to be a fellow of CPSP, Pakistan, Zindabad, CPSP, Zindabad.
President Cpsp Professor Muhammad Sogp and Senior Vice President Cpsp Professor M.GONDAL, in his concluded remarks, thanked for foreign examiners, and on this occasion, President Cpsp said,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are now very grateful that one of our very esteemed ophthalmologists from brotherly country of Bangladesh, Dr. Shah Muhammad here, and he was part of the examination. And actually we have exchanged many ideas from him, and he is completely satisfied with our method of examination, and Cpsp Pakistan has offered to Cpsp Bangladesh that they can have further exchange of the examiners and exchange of trainees as well. We have developed 4 super specialties in ophthalmology, and 5th is also coming within few months. So in 4 those second specialties, we have invited them that they can send their fellows for second specialization for training in Pakistan, because this is their own home. So thank you very much, and I also am grateful to Dr. Shafi Jatoi, a very senior ophthalmologist of the country, and he has conducted the examination in a very transparent and fair way. We are grateful to you, sir, and all. Dr. Tazim has come from Saudi Arabia, although he is not an ophthalmologist, but he is a diabetologist and physician. So he was also examined last week in Islamabad and Lahore, and we have got many good news from Saudi Arabia coming up. So thank you to all of our colleagues, our counselors and our guests. Thank you.
The College of Physicians and Surgeons Council, in collaboration with faculty, is committed to maintaining standards and quality in higher medical education. Cpsp, Zindabad, Pakistan, Paindabad.